Hello and welcome to our personal hell, also known as the Main Protagonist Podcast. My name is Casper and this is my soon-to-be-deceased mentor figure, Petri.
Yes.
Please tell me, wise master, what teachings of you must I adopt in order to succeed you after you're soon-to-be-dead?
Have a ruined body. Just let it fall apart. Never pay any attention to it.
Well, fortunately, my alcohol habits will guarantee that in due time.
Fair enough. I just want to start off with what kind of hell it was to actually set up this time.
Actually, before that,
oh dear,
we have just struggled a lot, and you are distressed. You are sad.
Well, more frustrated, but whatever.
No, I see the depression looming over you. I have something that'll cheer you up.
Oh, Christ. When you say it, I always doubt.
Ruffle it for the audience.
Oh my. Oh, Christ. Blunder strips. I'm not going to stare through the literally toilet paper.
Just go for water.
There's a reason you're getting a sippy cup. Oh my goodness. That is Moomin. Not Moomin, but actual Moomin. And it looks absolutely ancient. And I love it. Wait, it's made by Sylvester. Huh. Well, that makes sense.
I was on a trip in Utrecht. I popped into Blunder by sheer chance, and I saw this, which is the same place I got you the very small Moomin books.
Oh, this is absolutely fucking lovely, and it's going into the shot.
This is an upgrade over what you had before, I think.
Yes, but does it have the best quote ever?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I did not apply this plastic. This was already there.
Yes, I also presume it's fully in fucking Dutch.
Probably.
So it's horrible in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Just to the preface the setup with this. Our beautiful display that's displaying our beautiful logo decided to restart and apply a feature Windows update, so that took about 10 minutes.
It felt so much longer.
Yes. I dislocated my fucking wrist setting up my microphone, which was nice. Speaking of fucking ruining my body. Nothing really wanted to work. OBS was freezing before I restarted. Luckily, the restart does seem to have fixed it.
Don't wave at the camera, it might trigger it again.
Nah, good point. It thinks it, I acknowledge it. This was an absolute fucking clusterfuck.
I don't know what you did with our little... What is it even the remote control for our setup? But it... it looked like you broke it in two.
The Stream Deck is set up all the two posts, and I grabbed it and I pushed the posts back in. So I had to reorient that too. Nothing wanted to work.
So yes, I guess this is as good an explanation of how we're doing today as we'll be able to get.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Today is a disaster and we're gonna have fun with it.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm frustrated. Also, my wrist still hurts.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but...
I'm more of a doctor than you'll ever be.
I'm not a doctor, but in my personal opinion, you should probably drink it away.
Fair enough.
Excellent stuff. Well, first on
also,
our agenda...
just saying this is pure gin, this ain't water.
Excellent.
Chilled gin.
Ooh, delightful. You make my day. Oh shit, I still need to drive.
Nah, no issues. Go on.
Yes, first point on our agenda. We've both been going on a few trips, haven't we?
Yes, I've been to Berlin. Toppled another wall.
Is that the hotel room wall you were complaining about?
Christ, I wish.
Yeah, it wasn't as much of a success as you were hoping, was it?
Well, the room was beautiful, and the hotel totes itself on being a 4-star establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the view we had was absolutely 4 stars. We were directly in front of the Firmsturen, which is the giant TV tower. Mm-hmm. So that looks absolutely beautiful, but the beds might as well be just not there. Everything was tilted. At one point I was just thinking, am I disoriented? No, it's just all wrong. Literally zero privacy. The lock on the toilet didn't work. It was an absolute shit show. But we got through it. We had fun still, so...
Did you rent a room in the fucking cellar?
Yeah, almost. Most beautiful part is we have also a room booked there, so we're gonna cancel that room. Because I ain't gonna survive another 3 nights on that shitty
I'm
bed.
kind of astounded, really, because it looked... Well, the website aside, it looked really good.
Yeah, and I thought it would be because, 4-star hotel... I thought it would be nice, but it was absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, because the two of us are going in November.
Yes, end of November.
Yes.
So, that was absolutely dreadful. But we went to the Farmstone, we have seen pretty things, we went to the World Gardens, it was all very pretty. And very fun. Lots of walking.
Scouting out some good locations for us to visit.
I mean, it's not like this was literally the 5th time for me in Berlin. So.
You are an honorary citizen of Berlin.
Yes, I just want to throw my sister under the fucking bus here because she was greetings from Rhodos. And I'm like, greetings from Berlin. Haven't you been there before? Is that an issue? She acted like it was an issue that I've already been somewhere. Christ forbid me wanting to go somewhere again.
I'm not sure if I'm more surprised by her baffled statement or the fact that you are actually in contact with your sister, considering...
Yeah, I just wait for my sister to contact me and she was just like, greetings from Rhodos. Oh, okay, fine, I'll send you something back.
I get it.
And we have... I have another trip planned for in 2 weeks with another friend of mine. We're just going to drive through wherever the fuck we feel like.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, but no hotels booked or anything. We just go and we'll see there. Lots of driving. The route I have made is about 2,000 kilometers, so we're gonna have a long drive ahead.
Considering that plan and the fact that it's very loosely planned, I'm assuming this is one of your less autistic friends. I got stuck.
No, actually not. But he still felt like doing it, and I'm like, okay, I'll roll with it. But we both enjoy sightseeing, so that'll be fine.
Oh, well, that's... And you were heading south, right?
We're going
Relatively
probably Luxembourg, Belgium, France, and Germany. And maybe a bit of Switzerland, actually. So, yeah, lots of driving.
All right.
But you also had some things planned?
I went on a short vacation, just doing a few trips to the cities in the Netherlands. That resulted in this book, among some things. Yeah, I went to Utrecht, went to Amsterdam, mostly did a tour of the usual shops and comic book stores. And I kind of felt bad because I said a lot of mean things about Amsterdam.
I mean...
It is Amsterdam, but I mean like the comics, the manga, the anime scene there. I decided to check, and there are a lot more stores than I knew about already. So, on your recommendation, I went to Hank's Comic Books.
Woo!
And I got slut-shamed for it.
Yes, I heard this story.
Yes. For context, some of my friends already heard it too, but whatever. Hank's Comic Books is like on the other side of the red light district in Amsterdam. The red light district is basically wedged between 2 major entertainment districts, which is kind of cruel, but whatever. So if you have to go to the Zeedijk, you have to pass through there, through the red light district, or you have to go all the way around the canals.
Would you say it's a literal tourist trap?
Oh, God. But I decided to brave the red light district, and there's 2 lessons to take away from that. If you know you have to go somewhere, and you see a bridge, even if it's way too early to go there yet, take it. Any alley, any bridge you get, take it, because there might not be another one for like meters upon meters upon meters.
Oh no, actual meters!
It's just every street and every waterway runs on for so long without any way to cross.
Yeah.
Second advice is to just not go to the red light district. Because what ended up happening for me is that I had to go through a few of the streets, and, well, red light district being what it is, prostitutes. So one of them yelled at me at one point, and me being a little pea-brain boy, I look around like, excuse me?
Excuse me?
Yeah, if you lock eyes, you're in trouble. And she started asking questions. Come inside. No.
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 But that's where you went wrong. You just said no and just keep walking and break eye contact.
Yeah, so I walked I did that eventually. It was because kept asking questions, and I was like, no. And at one point I was like, oh god, I'm losing this. I'm gonna go. And then in my pea-brain glory, I bought a whole lot of good books actually in Amsterdam. I got Devilman books. I got Cutie Honey.
God damn it!
I got the Kirby manga that they're doing now. So it is a good store. It is a really good store. Just unfortunate
Placement.
Unfortunate placement. But then I went back through the exact same route I took the first time. So I crossed by the same prostitute, and she started yelling at me again. And this time she shouted like, what was it again? You go to somebody else? You disgust me. She kept yelling at me, and nope. Walk faster.
Pump those hands, baby. Go.
Oh, that was so stupid and awkward.
You know what the awkward part is? We're going to another red light district on our vacation.
In Hamburg.
Yes.
I actually said...
Which has a very unfortunate name in English.
I actually went to my grandpa just the other day to help him with some tax stuff and some government stuff. And I mentioned going to Hamburg, and he's like, oh, you go to the Reeperbahn. Excuse me, grandpa.
He knows. This man knows. So yes, it's called the Reeperbahn, which is fairly unfortunate.
It is famous, more famous than the red light district in Amsterdam in some ways.
I wouldn't say more famous, but it's more famous in the way that it's pretty much the only prostitution ring in Germany, or the only big one, because Berlin really doesn't have that much of it.
We should look if there's actual attractions there, because I don't like bothering the people there working.
They're literally there to bother you. I don't think they mind.
Yeah, but you don't go to these places if you're not a customer.
Yes, you do, motherfucker. That's the literal reason you go, because you aren't a customer. You are not seen if you're a customer.
Fine, you disagree. But yeah, we're going to Berlin and we're going to Hamburg. And I have a few more vacations planned myself. I'm going to Norway in early January. And I have a few concerts just after the next year starts.
Okay. And I may have a trip planned for Hong Kong, but that's still...
Up in the air.
So moving on to what animes we've watched.
Yeah, let's talk about anime instead of prostitution centers.
Awkwardly glancing around.
Have you been watching anything savory?
Savory. Demon Slayer movie.
Okay, that's something I've been meaning to get into myself.
I mean, the movie was very nice. I've just been unfortunately spoiled on the entire manga at some point, so I just knew what was happening in the movie. That was unfortunate, because this movie is actually connected to the main story.
Oh, you spoiled yourself by reading the manga.
No. I didn't read the manga. Some Reddit commentator just threw an entire bomb of info in a comment. And I was just glancing over it, and if you glance over something, the keywords stick out, and I'm just like, well, this is ruined for me now.
Everybody dies.
That's about right, actually.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I was watching the movie. It was very nicely animated.
You had some high praise for the actual anime. I've been meaning to watch that.
I mean, it's ufotable. It's going to be great either way.
Oh, nice.
So it's well animated, very well animated, and choreographed fight scenes. And some good humor. I really liked the movie.
We were considering picking it up with a little bit more haste, because usually my friend and I random roll our anime off our shared list.
Yes.
But we kept getting sci-fi anime, just one after the other. We're like, okay, we got to take a bit of a break of sci-fi. Let's do Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I just always like to point out one thing from Demon Slayer, because all their moves are based on dances and breathing techniques. And then you have Zenitsu, the yellow-haired scaredy cat. And he literally just has one dance, because that's all he needs when he fights. I fucking love it. Because you have Kamado, the main character, and he's just like the 7 dance, 8 breathing technique, and then you have just Zenitsu, thunderclap, step 1, the end. That's all he got, but that's all he needs.
Yeah, that's the flight or fight kid.
Yes, literally. He will literally not fight until he's unconscious. Let's see.
I look forward to that myself, but the movie was fine, just a shame you were spoiled on it.
Yes, the entire show is fine. The movie is better. I loved it. Let's see, I am partway through Hell's 2008 movie from Madhouse.
Okay.
It's very Madhouse.
I've not heard of that, actually.
Yeah, I'm only watching it because I believe the English dub has been done by the people of Team 4-Star, who have done the Dragon Ball Z Abridged show.
Okay, so they did a professional...
Yes, this was their first professional dub, I believe.
Pretty sick.
But I'm only partway through. That's also a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I watched Heya Camp, the shorts version of Yuru Camp.
You mentioned you were going to watch that, Jess.
Yes.
Delightful little interlude, isn't it?
Yeah, it was nice. It was exactly what I expected it to be. And jumping from one Silverlink show to the other, well, I'm saying that I'm not entirely sure if Heya Camp is also made by...
Probably, right?
Probably. I mean, it has the pretty background picture, so I just assume so. Did you just try Alt-Tab in Android?
It works.
Fair enough. I mean, it's Dex, so it would work. But I've watched Bofuri. Well, that was a mistake. Silverlink can make very nice perpetual little stories with the nice little characters that just do day-to-day things. They shouldn't try and make a fantasy plot. Dear Christ fucking almighty.
Does it actually have a fantasy plot? Because the way it just looks like slice of life, but everything is a video game. It's made by C Station, by the way.
Okay. They just start playing a video game, but there's no goal, and she just gets overpowered for no particular reason. And just watching it after episode 4, it just kind of drained me. I just like, fuck, I don't really want to watch this anymore, but I'm watching it with a friend, so I'll fucking plow through it, I suppose. But she just gets overpowered for no particular reason. Everything is set within this fantasy world, and everyone just kind of has, like, magic and such. And she just has defense, and the farther on you get in the series, the more ridiculous, stupid-ass powers she gets. I mean, by the end of it, she's a literal mecha tank Gundam at the end of the show with 70 fucking cannons on her body. It makes zero sense.
Okay.
She just takes defense, and she's still the most offensive powerhouse in the game. There's just little to no sense. And just looking at it from a game perspective is also just very fucking frustrating.
Yeah, on the one hand, I kind of like the idea of having just a comedy.
It's not even that much comedy.
Yeah, but I like the idea of like a comedy isekai where they was just hanging out in a video game together, and one character is very. But the idea that one character is very powerful, like overpowered, is just. Well, that's just basic isekai shenanigans then, isn't it? It kind of ruins the novelty.
The issue that I'm having is that she is also not very knowledgeable or anything. She just stumbles into it, just bumbles around and becomes the most powerful creature in this game for no apparent reason. She isn't even good at the game, she just kind of does what she wants. I mean, the literal first episode is her getting gangbanged by monsters, she falling asleep while that happens, and she wakes up with 20 defense points like, oh, I haven't died to them. They just have been wailing on me, and now my proficiency is up. What kind of bullshit is this? So no, it was very bad story-wise, because it set up nothing. It just hops to event, and there's no particular reason they keep playing. So no, I did not enjoy Bofuri. And I'm not going to say the entire fucking title of that shit show.
If you permit me, I'll look it up later and I'll try to say it in Japanese for your amusement.
Oh yeah, that's going to be entertaining, alright.
Is that everything what you've been watching?
Maybe not, but I can't remember off the top of my head if I watched anything else, so... Your turn, I suppose.
I have been prolific. Most prominently, I have been watching, just recently finished, Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood. I believe you've also seen that, right?
If it's an anime, I'm not sure.
It was kind of disappointing, really. It looked very cute and fun, but it's about a girl who's chasing urban myths, and she ends up meeting a vampire girl in the forest. But it then turns out that the vampire girl, Sophie Twilight, is really just well-adjusted, normal person. Modern-day vampires are just kind of chilling. Okay. And from there, it kind of turns into a slice of life, but it really doesn't do terribly much with the whole idea that there's vampires and such. There's no exploration of like vampire society. There's not really much supernatural stuff going on. It really just ends up being boilerplate, standard, slice of life anime, all the typical storylines. There's a school festival, there's a normal festival, Christmas episode, we're going to the beach, but now there's a vampire. So that kind of ended up being disappointing. So I've had a lot of bad luck actually with my anime this past week.
What was it called again?
Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood. Tonari no Kyuketsi Han San. No, that's a son. Stupid language.
Okay, no, I can't say I've seen that.
I also accidentally ended up watching My Wife is the Student Council President.
Ah, yes.
Oh, you're familiar with that?
I know Rolf watched it. I didn't bother.
I started watching that like 3 episodes in and I'm like, this smells familiarly. I look up who made it and it's the same fucking asshole who wrote Inari Princess. It's again another anime that just doesn't do much with its central premise. It's about a student council president race, and the one girl runs on a platform of promoting sex and love throughout the school. And the one like normal standard nice guy candidate ends up losing to her, and he becomes her vice president unwillingly, having to help her enact her policy. But from there, nothing really happens. Their families decide to marry them off to each other. So they move in with each other, and from there it just turns into...
Well, they also move into each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely. From there, it basically just turns into a vessel for random sexual fantasies.
Fair enough.
Every episode is just something new. New, I say that, but like a whole bunch of basic fantasies.
Okay. Well, I've watched some Boruto.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're getting close to fucking killing Naruto off, finally.
You actually mentioned in a prior episode how absolutely upset you were that...
they started with a flash forward that just bothered the ever-living shit out of me.
The whole flash forward in medias res storytelling that really bothered you because they still hadn't gotten back to it.
No.
But it's threatening to get good now?
Yeah, after 4 years, almost 4.5 years, they finally decide to kill off Naruto. And so I was looking on the subreddit like, should I be watching Boruto now? And pretty much the standard consensus is like, no, this is a shit-ass cash grab. The only good character is Kawaki. And you can just read his wiki. I think I'm just thinking about skipping the entire show until this point and just waiting what happens now. Because it actually lines up pretty scarily nicely with the original Naruto. Because we're at episode 218 now in Boruto. And the original Naruto show had 220 episodes. So it lines up pretty scarily. So if Boruto Shippuden is going to be a thing, and it also has 500 episodes, I call shenanigans. But yeah, no. Suspicious. No, there are just a few characters I have to look up, but I'm not really willing to watch the entire show. Because
I'm kind of surprised you've stuck with it at all. Like, that it even still occupies a place in your mind.
Oh no, this was literally... I saw a video on TikTok with... Naruto in his I'm not sure what his new mode is called, and I was just like, nope, I want to watch that. I don't want to see this video, so I literally just watched the newest episodes to not get spoiled on things.
It is bizarre, like how this whole franchise developed.
Especially in the latest fight, the last fight with the current villain is just literally a Dragon Ball Z kickboxing fight. And they literally don't use hand signs or ninjutsu anymore. Kind of weird. But I'll just roll with it.
Fine.
Fine.
But do it.
I'll watch it. Ugh, fine.
Well, if I'm permitted to add a little bit of optimism here, I also plowed through all of Kekai Sensen.
Ah, did you like it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm really impressed actually.
Okay.
You mentioned that you weren't really into it, but I was really down with it.
Yeah,
It's
the early.
a shorter shonen series in a way.
It's pretty boring in the at the start, and it's just more of the defaulty powers. So I just didn't really want to get into it at that point.
I don't think it's super creative in terms of the actual powers the characters have, but I kind of like the characters themselves, and I really like the Lovecraftian setting that is going on.
I mean, you're a sucker for Lovecraftian stuff, so
It's really fun. For people that haven't watched it, Kekai Sensen is an anime in which...
But whoa! No! You're of the English titles. Now say the English title.
Blood Blockade Battlefront, I believe, right?
something along those lines.
Okay. That, in any case, is an anime in which a supernatural hell world emerged over New York City and blended together. So now all of New York City is now a new city called Salem's Lot. Hell Salem's Lot, I should say. Where all kinds of monsters live in considerable peace alongside just the humans that were already there. It's a case of all hell breaking loose and hell turning out to be kind of alright. It is a very dangerous city. Like, explosions and crime happens all around all the time, and people don't even pay attention to it. You can go into a diner and accidentally order food that tries to eat you back. It's a very unique setting, and it really captivated me.
Okay.
And on top of that, it's about a secret organization, peacekeeping organization that fights like the absolute worst that this new world/city has to offer.
Ah, the Ambu, the Shinsengumi, the Serite, the Gokyaku.
Yeah, the DWMA.
Yes,
Why not?
DWMA, it's the Demon Slayer Corps. It's literally everything in every shonen anime.
I guess as a show, you're more. I want to say privileged. That's not a word.
Yes, I'm very privileged that I watched it. I just literally threw time at shonen animation.
You're more educated on the subject of shonen anime. You're in a better place to comment on how original this plot is. But I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty standard, but it's fine.
I mean, that's the current issue I'm having with watching new shonen. It's just like you watch literally one episode, and my brain is just like, oh well, it's some Bleach mixed in with some Dragon Ball with a little sprinkle of Naruto in there. And that's just anything I'll compare it to. So
A delightful mix.
a delightful mix, but often it's just like you come at that certain point and you're just like, I don't really care. I have that with Horimiya because I love Toradora to death. And Horimiya is kind of the same story, but they come at that awkward point in the story where they confess to being lovers, but they do absolutely nothing with it. So it's just that awkward bumbling for like 2-3 chapters of absolutely doing nothing. And I just was at that point and I'm like, I know exactly what they're doing. I know exactly where this is going, and this is just awfully boring to me. I'm not going to read any further for now. And I think I've already said this, but I think I'm 3 months and still not read any further than that. Because I've watched so many anime at this point, everything just kind of blends together. And if something does something I don't like, I'm just going to either plow through because it's going to be short, or just kind of give up.
Yeah, but sometimes it isn't short.
No, I mean, I don't know how long Horimiya will keep doing this. But meh. The problem, because Boruto is the better example, because it took 220 fucking episodes to get anywhere. There's just no immediate danger in the first arc, because in the first arc of Naruto goes for the exam, and everyone just kind of dies around him, and there's real stakes around, and there's real danger, and then there's fucking Boruto. Okay, you're going to go for this exam. If you answer this question wrong, you're going to drop in a pit of ink. Oh, the humanity.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this on a prior podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a bit of a downscale in stakes, I suppose. In threat.
It just doesn't really ring anymore. Then it's just okay, fucking fine. I know why it's happening, because there's peace, but still, it feels kind of superfluous.
Is Boruto also more like kid-oriented instead of teen-oriented?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched enough for it to say that, but it's more steampunky now. There's a lot of modern designs in clothes and such, and general technology usage is much more rampant now. So yeah, there's a real shift in the tone of Boruto, and it still kind of tries to channel Naruto in it, but I'm not feeling it. Even with the latest fights with Naruto and Otsutsuki, I'm just watching and I'm like, this might as well be a Dragon Ball fight. There's just nothing going on. They're just hitting each other. There's not something that's especially signatory for Naruto here. So yeah, meh. Maybe it'll get better, but this seemed to be a very high-stake fight, and it seems still a bit lackluster.
That is a shame.
Yeah.
That is a shame, really.
Because in end of Naruto was literally just blowing away mountain ranges, and now they're just kickboxing.
Ooh. Can be exciting, but then you need to be actually a decent kickboxing anime.
Yeah, but it just looks out of place at this point, because he is even stronger than he was back then, of course. So yeah, no, and I still have some anime planned. I mean, of course I have a lot planned, but if I'll get to them, that's another question, because I still have a lot of planning to do, and I actually have to work longer weeks now.
I also still have some things on the schedule. It's Halloween almost, so I've been putting on some horror-themed anime. That's also what led me to watching Miss Vampire Lives in My Neighborhood. Sadly, not very vampire-themed, turns out. I also got that Demon Girl Next Door, which seems like almost basically the same title and concept, but fine, we'll give it a try. And Demon Lord Dante I got on my schedule.
Just to make a point, the final point I want to make about the comparison with Shonen, the last fight that's happening now with the Boruto is literally just the Android 19 and Android 20 fight from Dragon Ball Z. They're in a wasteland. Literally all the actions I can correlate to any other bit, because Otsutsuki gets mad that somebody won't appear. So that's just Vegeta throwing a tantrum. Also, he has the most pathetic ass scream ever. It's like they told him to scream, but do not peek the microphone.
Do not disturb the neighbors.
So he has to scream his name. It's like, Kawaki! But exactly on that tone, too. It sounds so out of place and so pathetic.
Well, that is just a perfectly bizarre on top of a series that you're already gonna about.
Yeah. So I guess we're moving on to the news.
Let's.
Oh dear. Well, I haven't read any of this.
Excellent.
So I think it's all yours and I'll just react to it.
All right. Well, Gungrave Gore, also known as Gungrave Gore,
G.O.R.
has received a new trailer featuring actual gameplay. Gungrave is still a thing. That's baffling, isn't it?
Yeah, that in and of itself is quite baffling, because there's the two PS2 games, I believe.
Yeah, there's the two PS2 games. There was a game, there was a VR game on Steam.
Okay.
And now we have yet another new game, which is apparently still led by the same team that directed the PlayStation 2 games and the anime.
Oh
from
my.
What is it, like 15 years ago now?
More.
Oh god.
Probably 2004-ish.
Do kids still know Gungrave?
I mean, I still don't know Gungrave. I have the games. I have Gungrave and Gungrave Overdose. You played Gungrave all the way through with me there, because it's literally a game that you can complete in 2 hours.
It is really short. The last level was fucking hard though. Jesus.
Yeah. And Gungrave Overdose, I have no clue about. I have it on the PS3. I bought it at some sale or whatever and never played it. And I saw this and I just like, wait, Gungrave is still a thing?
Gungrave is still a thing. This new trailer was shown on the Tokyo Game Show, and, well, it's more Gungrave, the gunslinging action series from bloody years ago now. Gungrave, I believe... I'm not...
It was originally stated to release in December 2019.
Oh, that's a wow, isn't it?
Yeah, probably because of the whole corona pandemic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking through the article. It's Exceed. Okay, I know exactly what kind of game this will be.
Yeah, that's also something that piqued my interest. This is like on the Chambara level game design.
Yeah.
It is, let's be honest.
The moment I see Exceed, I know exactly what kind of game this is going to be.
I am also still just baffled even by the PlayStation 2 games. Because the PlayStation 2 games are about this undead warrior coming back to life to slaughter all kinds of monsters. And he is Gungrave. He has... No, he's called Beyond the Grave. I got the name wrong. He's called Beyond the Grave, and he's just this giant of a man with 2 guns and his own coffin, from what I remember.
Yeah, I think so.
But the anime, the first half of the anime, it's a 26-episode anime. The first 13 episodes are this very just plot-heavy, intrigue-heavy bit where he is just a regular guy alive still, not yet beyond the grave.
Just a grunt in the mafia, I believe.
Just a grunt in the mafia, working his way up, while his childhood friend moves up faster than him and begins to get involved in some shady business that he doesn't approve of.
Yeah.
And then, like, the last bit of the anime is the actual action part that kind of resembles the PlayStation 2 games.
Yeah.
But at this point, when I saw the trailer, it doesn't even really look like the original PlayStation 2 games or the anime anymore.
No. Just to intersect there, because we mentioned Onijambara, I just recently realized the first Onijambara game was released in Europe, but it was just under another name for the PS2. I'm not sure what the name was anymore, but I saw it.
I wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, I'm not... Samurai Girls, something along those lines. It wasn't a particularly interesting name.
Bikini Samurai Girls, maybe? Something like that?
No, that's the Xbox version. I have it on Xbox 360, but that's the second game. It was something pretty simplistic, and I was just like, wait, what? This is a release?
Okay, but yeah, we're getting more Gungrave. I might actually play that if it comes out on something that I own and want to play.
Zombie Hunters. It's called Zombie Hunters.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
I got my shirt all messed up.
Yeah, no, I'm
fashion.
I've seen you play Gungrave 1, and I'm not really interested in the gameplay.
I liked it enough. It's simple, but
it's just a beat 'em up, pretty much.
Yeah, beat 'em up with guns.
Yes, but I don't like beat 'em ups.
I like guns.
I like when beat 'em ups go a little bit more in depth and you get an upgrade system or whatever, then I have somewhat more of a motivation to play, but else it's just like, okay, I start the level, I beat all the people up, I go to the next bit, I beat all the people up here, until it gets just frustrating and you keep repeating the same level. Okay, I've done it.
It's pure catharsis.
Hardly. It's more frustration for me. It doesn't give me any sense of any rewarding sense of achievement.
But you get to commit murder. That's what video games are all about.
Yeah, but I'll play GTA 5 for that, man. I mean,
your standards are different than mine. I don't think we can reconcile this difference.
And if I want superhuman abilities, I'll just play Saints Row the Fourth.
Valid though. Saints Row is pretty damn fun.
Yeah, it's just yeah. That's my thoughts about that. That's why I usually don't play beat 'em ups. Funimation unveils My Hero Academia World's Heroes Mission and anime films English dub trailer manga booklet for theater goers.
Don't forget the brief between that.
The brief?
The brief. That's a long segment.
No, I don't brief.
But yeah, the third My Hero Academia film is on the way. It's gonna get dubbed. What a big surprise.
Oh no, it's one of the best-selling anime in Western world right now. Would it be dubbed?
Oh, no problem, Norse.
I don't have really anything to say about this.
Have you seen the other Funimation movies, I want to say? Have you seen the other My Hero Academia movies?
Okay, I have read the manga to a certain degree, to a certain point. Then I realized only last season, I believe, they caught up to that. And so I didn't watch any of the seasons up till then, because I'm pretty sure I would know what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I've watched season 2. But that's already a vague memory. I just remember it in black and white, so it might as well just be the manga. I remember the
might as well
United
be Gunbuster.
Yes. Oh God. No, I just remember the United States of Smash scene because that's just cathartic as fuck. But otherwise, I haven't really put anything in the movie because the movies aren't connected to the main story, so I just kind of meh.
The movies are very weird so far.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty good showcase for a few action scenes and usually get the whole cast to do at least something fun together, but they are so horrifically out of tone.
Yeah, it's the same with the Dragon Ball movies, because if you try to place the Dragon Ball movies in the timeline, they make no fucking sense.
No, at one point in the second movie, something so bafflingly insane happens that it would have completely upended the entire storyline. And it just magically fixed right after, with everybody forgetting about it.
Of course.
Yeah, and the first movie was pretty damn fun, but really inconsequential. It introduced this scientist girl, which felt
Another
like
one?
Yeah, that was my point exactly. Like, the whole movie revolves around this scientist girl, and I'm like, we already have one. And that's like a fan favorite character. Why did you make another one that could have done this role?
Yeah, but that's just the point I have with shonen movies in general. You have the shonen show that has filler. You can skip that. There's the main show. Okay, fine. And then you have the movies that literally 99% of the time have nothing to do with actual anime. So if you're really into a show and you like a side story, that's fine. I had that when I was young with Dragon Ball Z. I really liked Dragon Ball Z, so I watched the movies. They made no fucking sense, but I liked them.
I think I owned some of the movies too, but I just had my random VHS tapes of
I was about to say, that was a cutout of an image surrounded by a colored filter. And they're made by, what was the dubbing company called? Harmony Gold? I mean, they're called the Big Green dubs. Because Piccolo's called Big Green at all times. And everything just sounds wrong. All the voice acting is beautiful. I mean, you have the Saiyans. Even you know Saiyans, right?
Yeah.
In the Harmony Gold dub, or Big Green dub, they call them the Saiyajin Space Warriors from outer space. And I just couldn't keep up with it anymore, man. But that's kind of my take on shonen movies. I really like My Hero Academia, but
I kind of hoped it wouldn't go this way, because I have a lot of respect for My Hero Academia. I still need to catch up with the last season, but otherwise every time like a season ends, I do make the effort to catch up, and it's usually an absolute blast.
Yeah.
But then I kind of hoped that the movies wouldn't go this way. Like, I know that movies in anime, shonen anime, have a bad reputation, and I was kind of hoping like, oh man, but this is a new age. These are new shonen anime classics. We had a chance.
That's why I watched the Demon Slayer movie.
This.
That's why I watched Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer actually just goes further into the story. But yeah, Dragon Ball, My Hero Academia, Bleach, all the movies don't have anything to do with story. I think there's one Naruto movie that actually goes into the story, and that's the transition part from Naruto to Boruto. I think that's actually considered to be canon, quote unquote. So yeah, Digimon.
Yeah, you can have this because you're the Digimon guy.
I am the Digimon boy. Yeah. I like Digimon.
I have seen a little bit of Digimon.
I have watched a lot of Digimon. Digimon Ghost Game anime reveals new cast member, theme song, artist. Yeah. Apparently there's a new anime.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing, isn't it? Digimon really made a resurgence into popular culture.
I wouldn't say resurgence. It's always just barely under the layer of actual popular anime. I mean, it never really stopped producing anime.
But from my perspective, like just the casual perspective of somebody that isn't really a fan of the franchise, you had the 90s anime, and that got a sequel, and I kind of had the sense that they're doing a few things, but like for a while, this franchise didn't really feel active to me.
To be fair, every time something Digimon pops up, I'll remind you of it, usually. Just like with Digimon Try.
Yeah, but I didn't have you for a large part of my life.
Yeah, that's my point.
That was this vast, dark pit of my life.
But that's kind of the point I'm making. It's not so much that there's a resurgence. I just think I just remind you of it a lot. Because I really like Digimon, but then Digimon Try happened, and then I didn't like Digimon. Because Digimon Try is an absolute shit show. But it does have the best retconning scene ever.
Yeah, you mentioned.
How do we retcon the second season of Digimon so it's not canon? You know what? We're just going to kill all the main cast in the silhouette death scenes. That's PG. Fucking love that. But otherwise, the entirety of Digimon Try can be fucking dead for all I care. Because it kept changing its premise. Because the first trailer released, or no, there was news that a trailer would release. Mm-hmm. Then the trailer released, and it said it would be a show. Then the first part released, and it were apparently short movies. And then there were 6 short movies, and they're all kind of meh.
Yeah, they kept kind of etching you there, didn't they?
Yeah, they just kind of kept messing with me.
I remember that period of your life where you were just constantly like, God damn it, just come out and tell me what it is.
Tell me what this is.
But yeah, new anime. Are you going to watch it or are you going to garner some information first?
I still have to catch up with a lot of it, but I still want to rewatch the second season because that's the season that is the farthest away in my mind, the most foggy. And everything after that, I mean, I really dislike Tamers. Very unpopular opinion. And everything after that is downwards, I believe. Downslope. And I really don't want to watch that. So I might rewatch Digimon Try just to see if my opinion still holds up.
You're going to have to interact with Mr. Political Correctness there somewhere along the line.
And there's a new Digimon Adventure anime, which is a reimagining, that I still have to finish. Because I'm good at not finishing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that also gets a sequel. We've already talked about that in a few previous episodes. So, let's see. But there's also the Galactic Punk Rock Band will perform Faction for the opening. And Ahiro Apollo will perform the ending song Paddle.
Oh, music is your field. Is that something you're interested in? Or is that just...
I can't say I know either of these. Usually I'm pretty on point with my artists, but I know neither of these.
That could be a good sign or something absolutely terrible.
I mean, by the band name, I'm going to like them because I like pop punk. I'm a sucker for early 2000s pop punk, so Galactic Punk Rock Band is
tempting. Sounds tempting, doesn't it?
That's kind of on the nose for me. If they sound anything like damn, what is their name again? Dizzy Sunfist, I'm going to be all right with them.
Oh yeah, you let me listen to that last time.
Yeah, that's a nice song. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to watch this. It does seem... I'm just going to zoom in on this image. Okay. At first sight, it kind of looked like Danganronpa, and I was concerned.
Because that would be very grim.
Yes. So, moving on.
Yeah. Well, this is news that makes our hearts weep. Earth Defense Force 6 delayed to 2022 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Oh no.
Oh Christ.
I think Earth Defense Force is really one of the games that brought us together, wasn't it?
One of them.
That was like the first game we played together. Yeah, it was 2025 we played together.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was. It wasn't 4.1 yet, that's for sure.
Oh, no, fuck no, that's far beyond. No, I was, usually the first I play with is fucking Global Defense Force, the European release of Earth Defense Force 2. Because of its absolutely shite frame rate. When one of the big monsters appears, you get a solid 5 FPS. And if two of them appear, you get SPF. It goes to no sun protection factor, but it goes into seconds per frame.
Well, fortunately, it doesn't feel like too long ago since we got new Earth Defense Force games.
Just recently.
Earth Defense Force 5.
World Brothers.
Yeah, indeed, true. That's what I was going to get at. Earth Defense Force 5 is still relatively new. Iron Rain is still new.
Yeah, nobody plays that though.
I know. And then we have the Minecraft-like...
Which is just fucking delightful.
It is delightfully stupid, but Earth Defense Force is a game where I can take this kind of nonsense.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just brain off. Yeah, shoot ants.
Ants.
Giant ships go boom. And you get the best in-jokes with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Rolf and me, and I still have the democracy rocket. Okay, just for context, you have this rocket launcher. It is literally nuclear-sized explosion, but the rocket itself moves literally slower than you can move. And as we know, democracy and bureaucracy kind of tends to move slow, so we call it the democracy missile. Oh, no, that game is absolutely delightful. It's not very good. It's just dumb fun.
It is such dumb fun.
I mean,
should we tell about the crimes against friendship I committed over this game of the series?
You absolute fuck. I was about to drop this hatchet, but here you go.
I'll just pick that hatchet back up.
God damn it. I was looking around at Jumps Gaming, and I was like, hey...
Jumps Gaming, for context, is like one of the best gaming sites in the Netherlands. It's wow.
It has a lot of import stuff.
It has lots of import stuff, and for very competitive prices.
Very lovely. And I was looking around for PS2 games, as I usually tend to do. because I'm an absolute slut for the PS2.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw, I'm not sure what the Japanese name was of it anymore, but if I see it, I recognize it. And I saw it in their Japanese import section. And I was like, oh, I want that, Casper. Be like, yeah, fuck you, I'm buying it.
I think it was Earth Defense Force 2.
Yeah, yes. It's the one that I have the English version of.
Mm-hmm.
So he just snatched that in front of my eyes like the absolute shit stain he is. Best part is, he can't play it! He doesn't have a modded PS2. So it's just a display piece for him. I'm actually wanting to play this game and this piece of shit just displays it. God damn it.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
I am definitely not sorry. In my defense, you were not in a position to actually buy that game at that time.
Oh, I was, you fuckstain. I was definitely in the position to buy that. I was just unable to pay online. So he just snatched it. And this is where my the healthy skepticism of actually showing him rare games comes from now, because I know he will snatch them away from me without a second's notice. Moving onwards to some... okay, we should stop laughing for this last one.
I'll buy you lunch after this.
You better.
As if you ever treat me to lunch.
No, because you are a fucking treacherous piece of shit.
He loves me, people. He loves me. He just doesn't know how to show it.
Oh, I'll show you.
He's a tough master.
I'll show your prostate. Moving on. I hope I didn't make a very because the next part is Gogo 13 manga creator Tako Saito passes away at 84, and I hope he didn't pass of prostate cancer. That would be very poor timing of me.
That would be grim. But
let's see.
I have not seen his pancreatic cancer.
Okay. Yeah, there's literally nothing you can do about that.
It's so sad news, because just a few podcasts ago we announced that he had actually had the most volumes out
of any manga.
Like the most volumes for a manga, the world record for that. Amazing news at the time. It's such a shame that he passes away so quickly after. We were actually amazed at the time, because you were talking about how you suspected that, like, oh, okay, yeah, the series has been running for so long. The original author must have passed it on to somebody else by now. But no, he was still just writing it after all those years, like literal decennia.
Yeah, that is very Japanese, I suppose.
Really impressive track record.
Yeah, but at 84, it's it's not surprising.
This is like a sad year for manga creators. Considering Kentaro Miura also passed away.
Yeah, fair.
We're losing a lot of big stars.
I mean, at this point, it kind of tends to happen. They're all getting old. Mm-hmm. Especially the old guard. That's the golden period for manga.
God, I even want to know how old Gonagai is at this point?
I think Akira Toriyama is also in his 60s, 70s, maybe even. No.
Gonagai is 76-year-old.
Yeah.
Posing with his giant robots.
And I think Akira Toriyama is also almost 70, I'd like to say. Close to it.
I got Akira Toriyama for you. Oh god, he looks young.
Yeah. But that's probably
66.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's getting older too.
Jesus fucking Christ, he looks young.
Yeah, he tends to do that. Also, it could be a pretty old picture. I'm not sure which picture you're looking at.
Look pretty new, but oh.
Let's see. Yeah, but there are just a lot of artists getting old. It happens.
There's not much to say about this particular case, because it's just sad. It's sad. I hope the fans of Gogo 13 got a conclusion that's at least satisfying. I mean, I'm by no means ever going to get into that manga at this point, because it's so long, but...
Same thing I have with Hajime no Ippo. I really like the series, but god fucking damn it, I don't want to go into the manga. The manga has about 1,300 chapters now. Yeah,
okay, that's a lot.
That's a lot. When the people are saying, "Oh, One Piece is long," bro, Hajime no Ippo is also still running, and that's older.
People have been telling me that I should just start reading One Piece.
I mean, that's fair. I also kind of want to pick up the manga where I left off in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things I need to do, which I just refuse to do. So there's that.
Well, to end this segment on a little bit of a lighter note after that sad news, I found the Bofuri page, so I'm gonna give that a try. Ita no wa ia nano de bokyurokyoku Kyokufuri shitai no omai masu. I probably pronounced bokyurokyoku wrong.
I believe that was Bogryoku.
Bokyurokyu. God damn this language.
Bogryoku. It's not that hard.
Horrible word, but that was my honest attempt at it.
Fair enough. Then we'll have to move on to the games we have played. Very, very short news segment this time.
Yeah, I try to keep it relatively short.
Yeah, and I've been not here for 4 days out of the week, so...
For lunch reasons.
Also. Games we have played. Dear Christ. Beyond the obvious for me.
Well, fun announcement for me is that I got a new laptop.
Yay!
It started out as a necessity, which is really annoying because I have a 3-year-old HP Omen laptop, which had a screen where... If it had
the LVDS connector started being wonky, so part of the screen...
but it was very specifically if it had to display very bright pixels.
Yeah.
It started just flickering and flipping out, and that started happening more often and for much longer. So I really needed a new laptop, which ended up being a Lenovo Legion.
Legion 582 GHU8000.
Thank you. Which is a beast. But it started as a necessity, but when it arrived, I did get that all on new laptop hype.
Yay!
And it's so fucking fast.
I'd imagine so.
Like I had Koikatsu Sunshine on my...
How do we keep getting there?
I had Koikatsu Sunshine on my HDD on my previous laptop, which was slow as fuck.
Yes.
It took like actual literal minutes to load every new day, every new segment.
Yeah, to be fair, that's just an illusion issue.
It is an illusion issue, no doubt. But now I got it on my SSD and it actually runs like how you'd expect.
Yes. I also kinda have a new laptop. I have the GPD WinMax, which is it's a very tiny gaming handheld. Well, it's not very tiny at this point. It's an 8-inch gaming laptop. But there was a campaign for that you could replace the motherboard with a newer version of the motherboard with a far better processor, better Wi-Fi chip, all that nice jazz. And it came in a few days ago, so I upgraded that. Unfortunately, the new motherboard doesn't support SATA anymore, and that was the SSD I had. So I had to replace the SSD too, so that was kind of an unfortunate extra cost.
How much?
I mean, the motherboard itself is almost 600 euros.
Oh, God.
Slightly less, I believe 560, somewhere along those lines. And the SSD was 222, so that was fairly unfortunate.
Yeah, my laptop was 1150. But on top of that, I had to bring my cat to the vet, which was a few hundred euros. I had the vacation plans.
Same.
that we already bought the train tickets for when we're going to Germany, which was a few hundred euros. And I had my flight ticket to Norway for next year, which was a few hundred euros. So,
yay!
Expensive month, September.
Was about to say. No, after I actually got it working, my GPD is working flawlessly, and I like the performance. But it is a toasty boy now, because this scooter was absolutely not designed for this chip. And this chip, this is just going to be nerd talk at this point.
Fair, go ahead.
The old processor had same cores and same threads, but it only could turbo up to 3.7 gigahertz. This beast can overclock itself to 5 gigahertz. Which is faster in and of itself. The GPU has half as many, or 1.5 as many cores. It goes from 64 to 96.
Mm-hmm.
And each core can clock up 35% more. So the heat generated is a lot more. I think the last chip got to 79 at its hottest. If this thing downloads a Steam game, it can go to 100. And
what is your primary use case for this machine?
Portable gaming, just gaming on bed and such. Because I have copious issues with my body, so I generally don't like to sit or lean in particular positions, but that makes it very awkward to game on keyboard and mouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I just lay in bed with it often and play games that way.
Please don't set your bed sheets on fire with this infernal machine.
Oh, no, definitely not. The fans are on the underside, so I keep it up at all times so it can get ventilation. I mean, just before this episode, I dislocated my fucking wrist again. Just to make the point even more, in Germany, in Berlin, the beds we had dislocated both my shoulders one night. I just woke up, Brian looked me in the face, and I'm just sitting there groggy. Just both shoulders back. You're just looking at me like, the fuck, bro? Just why?
Why do you break down just sleeping?
Why is this bed trash? But whatever, I'll get through. But I use it. It's also just my general purpose laptop at this point. Because it's fast, it has a pretty okay keyboard. You kind of have to get used to certain button placements. But it's so portable, it's pretty fucking handy.
Nice.
I always take it to you from anime watching and such. Which it's pretty good for. But yeah, now I just need an enclosure for the old SSD. Boink. Because this is still a 2 terabyte SSD. I'm not going to throw it away.
That is, yeah, I get that.
And I'm not selling it to you because I actually want a big the storage upgrade for my portable storage.
Fair.
So I'm going to get an enclosure for this when the time is right. Also known as when I get my fucking money. Anime.
That's all. No. That's all hardware. We haven't actually talked about games.
Yeah, fair enough. What have I played? Besides the obvious, because I still have played Smite. New Gods seems fun as fuck though.
Bloons.
Still play that every day on whatever fucking device I have. I started Castlevania Area of Sorrow.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, Robin told me to play it.
Halloween vibes?
No, literally just I wanted to play something on the small portable I have for on the trip to Berlin, because it's a 6-7 hour trip. And some of other friends just gave me a suggestion, and I was just like, nah, bro, I don't want to play this right now. So I ended up playing Area of Sorrow a bit. Enjoying it for now. But Robin gave me some more motivation because he said what kind of stupid weapons you can get in the game. I mean, you can get a handgun and a rocket launcher. What more do I need? I like that.
That's a different evolution of Castlevania than I expected.
Yeah, to be fair, this is in 2035, so it's in the future. So that's it's actually pretty fun to play. I have finished a run of Pokemon Omega Ruby because I just keep running that game. The randomizer run. Did I play any more? Trying to think, but don't think I played anything else.
Thinking is difficult without lunching your belly.
Yeah. Or functioning brainstem. No, I don't think I've played anything else, actually.
I have been mostly still playing Yakuza 0. I took a bit of a break from that. But now I've picked it back up. And the story has me by the balls. The story is so intense and so interesting. But I really find myself just getting my enthusiasm sapped away by all of the side stuff that you're constantly dragged into.
Yeah.
Because you're stumbling over...
God damn it.
You're stumbling over simplistic side quests like everywhere you go. And you have these two systems that would probably make entire games on their own, but are now just very shallow tactile things. You have, for one character, you have this property management stuff where you need to buy up businesses and assign managers, assign staff, and recruit new people and expand your business empire.
Yeah.
And as the other guy, you run a cabaret club.
Yes.
And you need to recruit new girls, train their skills, and compete with other businesses. Both of which are just fine, but you gotta sink so much time into it, and it interfaces with the side quest, it interfaces with the main story. Like you can go for absolute hours without making an inch of progress on a plot that is insisting that it's very dire.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of like the sandbox thing, but Yakuza doesn't feel like a proper sandbox.
No, that's right. To be fair, I think that's primarily an issue from Zero then, because I have played 1 through 3, and I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon still, and it's less of an issue there. But
I think Yakuza 0 is exceptionally longer than the other games. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're per se longer, but there's more to do. Let's just say there because Yakuza 1 is pretty much just straight up a beat 'em up with some free roaming elements, which is fine,
Fair.
which is very fun still. But
Yeah, absolutely.
just as a point,
Kamaracho.
Yeah, the obvious meme songs.
But like one of the things that really bothers me is how often side quests are just a complete fucking bother to do. Like there's for a lot of these property management and the cabaret club business, you have to befriend businesses. And for example, one quest is where you have to befriend a restaurant. So you just go in, eat something, get a little bit of progress on the friend meter, get out, get in a fight, so you got a little bit of damage, go back in, eat another meal, and just it keeps going up like that. And then eventually you got the meter full enough, and you get like a quest, and then the quest is like, oh, okay, gather like 3 things for me. Oh god. And how do I do that? Oh, you gotta do the fishing mini game. God
fucking damn it. Yeah,
I don't want to play the fucking fishing mini game, so I spent all that time, and I'm just not gonna complete that quest because fuck that noise.
I remember some games again. To be fair, I'm not sure if it counts as me playing them, but I played them together with Robin. We finished Sonic Riders and pretty much Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, but Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is just a
Oh, you showed me the trailer for that.
Yes,
the intro cutscene. Yeah. Oh, that looks so fucking solid.
Yes, Sonic Riders itself, the first game, premium, good shit. But Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, I never played it, and I asked Robin to play it with me. He already just kind of looks sad. And I'm like, okay, I want to experience this.
Okay.
And literally within 20 minutes, I'm just like, yeah, this feels just like a very shadow copy of the first game with some other elements, but they're not executed very well. Because in the first game, it's just, well, it's racing, and you have a particular type of character you can be, and you get different shortcuts, and the stages feel very open and nicely designed. And there's very catchy music. And the second one, you have Gravity Dive, which just makes you go very fast at straight points on the track, and you have to hit certain things to make it last longer. But every character, it can be any type. So you just get rings and you change into a particular type, but all the stages just kind of feel alike. They don't have any soul anymore. It's just, it's another racetrack, and the story is even more stupid. I mean... You know Eggman, you know how he looks. He's apparently world's best sneaking thief. Because literally, characters are looking just like us. Just right at each other, and they're discussing things. There are stones on the table, and he manages to sneak into an airship without being noticed, sneak into the room without being noticed, while 3 characters are looking at these things and steal the rocks on the table. I know it's comedy, but fuck, man. That bothered me.
It's not what I expected from old Eggman. No, after seeing him in Sonic Adventure Wonders recently, I had different expectations.
Yeah, no, I mean, Sonic Riders 1, still, play it. It's a nice game. It's a really nice racing game with a slightly different take on it. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity? No. It's just a boring version of Sonic Riders. Yeah.
Besides my usual stuff... Crusader Kings 3, I'm going to be playing some Dead by Daylight again. Besides that, I've also played Puzzle Agent 1 and 2.
Okay.
Those are interesting games. They are made by Telltale, back when they made actual games.
Instead of interactive stories.
Yeah, and it's a puzzle series very much inspired by Professor Layton.
Okay.
In which you play an FBI agent who is sent to a town to figure out the mystery of where the foreman of the local eraser factory has gone. Because this is like a little town in Minnesota in perpetual snow whose only claim to fame is that they make erasers.
Okay.
It's very dark, surreal comedy. In a subtle way. It's not overbearingly written. It's very fun. The puzzles are usually good fun. There's a few puzzles that are like, yeah, I'm gonna look up the answer to this because I have literally no concept of what I'm looking at.
No, precisely.
Because there was this one puzzle where they had like dollar coins, like a sequence, and like, okay, what's the next in the sequence? Well, I don't know your coin system. I don't know what these are.
Fair enough.
But the first game is really good mystery, really fun mystery story, and then the second game is very, really amps. How do you say that? Ups the ante. That's what I was looking for. In terms of what the story is about, the scope, and all the conspiracies running through each other. I really enjoyed them. They're pretty short and really good for really good puzzle fun.
Okay.
If you're up for some like straight up just fun story and do a bunch of disconnected puzzles, really good stuff.
Okay, might look into that then. So then...
Rip Telltale Games.
No, don't rip them. Just rest in whatever the fuck you feel like, because peace ain't one of it.
Mm-hmm.
They burnt their own ship. I don't...
Should have just kept making poker games.
I don't really mind. Anime that should get games and vice versa.
Yeah, do you ever have that feeling like, wow, I wish this game had an anime or this anime had a video game?
I'm trying to think of the other way around, like the games getting an anime. Because I feel like that would be more, I mean, kinda Kingdom Hearts, but the story would be such a fucktastical thing.
Yeah, I get that.
But I still just incessantly love Kingdom Hearts.
Like, the Zelda community has always been very stoked, like, oh man, we gotta get a Zelda anime, but then, like, the prospect of what that would entail is kind of scary.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I mean, Kingdom Hearts could work better, I think, but I still don't think it would be a good thing.
It would give the writer a scary opportunity to revise everything he's already written and kind of based over the things you fondly remember.
Yeah.
Of a series that isn't exactly thriving.
No, precisely. Well, I wanted to say The World Ends With You, but it has an anime, so...
Because I have very fond memories of Kingdom Hearts 1, and the like everything else that's made after that has made me gradually less fond of it. So I like it to not be tainted further.
Yeah, for me it's exactly the other way around. Kingdom Hearts 1 was fine, but everything after that got so much better. Maybe not story-wise exactly, but at least in gameplay I liked it.
Yeah, gameplay I can kind of agree. The first Kingdom Hearts game was kind of stiff.
Yeah. Hey, you want to jump on this hippo? Well, fuck you, you're sliding off of it.
Oh god, the jungle stage. I know exactly what you mean.
Oh, that was pure horror.
I have the benefit of having written this question, so I am somewhat prepared, and I would be totally down to have a like Soul Eater warrior style game.
I mean, I mean, those are just dime a dozen at this point.
Yeah, that's why I'm so surprised that there isn't one.
I like the idea, but I just don't like those kind of games because they're literally dime a dozen, just like the arena fighting games.
Ideally, it would be made by a studio other than Koei Tecmo because they have been kind of shitty. Huh?
Or Exceed.
Mm-hmm. But like an action game in that sense, like hack and slash style for Soul Eater would be really fucking cool because it has the characters, it has the like the generic monsters to fight your way through, it has the villains to make that work. Really cool setting. I really think that would be ideal. And there are Soul Eater games. There's like one DS game.
Yeah.
And there is the Wii game, both of which are kind of shit and retconned by now.
I want to add an interesting one.
Fire away.
Panty and stockings, but WarioWare.
Oh my god. Oh.
I think that would actually work.
Oh, talk about the left field. Holy shit.
I think that would actually work.
Yeah, I can see why you'd say that. Yeah.
It's never going to happen. But
it's never going to happen at this point.
But I like the idea of it.
That is hilarious. Other way around, games that should get an anime. Maybe the Deception games, Trapped.
Yeah, I'm just thinking at this point Metal Gear. But it has this very particular art style that it needs to have, so there are like literally 2 or 3 studios that could do it convincingly.
You're thinking Mappa.
Either Mappa or Madhouse, because Madhouse are really into weird art styles.
Yep.
So it's either Mappa, Madhouse, or Ufotable at this point.
Yeah, I'm slightly worried that if they were going to do that, it turned kind of out like Choker Game, like the very shitty spy thriller they did a few years ago.
I mean, if I have to give the perfect studio, it's the studio that is no longer. That would be Gonzo. Gonzo would really fit the team.
Yep.
But they long gone.
Alas.
Yeah, there are a few games I could think of that could use.
Well, counter question. What studio would you give the Metal Gear anime if you wanted it to be a complete hilarious flop?
Kyo Animation. It's still high budget, but can you imagine David Slater just dubbing over a fucking uwu-eyed version of the Solid Snake? Dead or Naked Snake, whatever.
Yeah, I do get what you mean, because it's such a big story. It'd be cool if there was an anime.
Yeah,
but it's difficult
styles.
to pull off properly. Anime is not exactly doesn't really have its strengths in serious stories like that.
No. Further than that, I can't really think something.
In the same vein, Yakuza would be tempting to say, but they are already basically movies where you punch people sometimes.
I was about to say, and the story for a game is intriguing, but just looking at it as an outside thing, as a piece of fiction, it's kind of just a Yakuza story.
Yeah.
It's not very interesting as a premise to a story, I think.
I think the problem in that idea is that Yakuza kind of needs the bits where you walk around Kamurocho and really take in the city, because holy shit.
Yeah.
When playing Yakuza 0, just the amount of stuff that moves and feels alive, that really takes you into the story. So I think it doesn't really need that.
No.
Let's see. Other anime that would need games.
Yeah,
I think one of the lost arts is like romance anime, especially harem anime, that end up getting visual novels, like Lavina.
Yeah. Wasn't that fair?
Lavina had a Game Boy Advance game, which was really fun.
Yes, I know. That has been translated. I have it actually somewhere.
Nice.
But yeah, Lavina. Let's see. Is there anything else? I mean, most anime that are popular do get a game at some point. So. Yeah.
Well, a few podcasts ago we have Made in Abyss on, which was getting a game.
Yeah.
So that's true. Does Demon Slayer have a game?
Don't quote me on it, but I think it does.
And hey, if the bottom of the barrel is enough for you, there's probably a gacha game of everything at this point.
Yeah. But the issue is they're all kind of the same. That's why I said a WarioWare game of Panty and Stocking, because that's just way out there.
Yeah, that actually draws attention at this point.
At this point, everything that has a game is either an action game or a gacha game or a story game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real in between. They all kind of play the same.
Have you ever played the Akira pinball game?
Christ.
For PlayStation 2?
Yes.
Great, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's pinball.
Woo! Pinball.
Akira Psycho Ball or something it was called.
Yeah, that's the title, yeah.
It was absolutely, it's just a pinball game. Yay.
I love pinball.
I mean, good on you.
Mm-hmm. I think, unless you have another idea, I think we should move on to the challenges.
Yeah. Game challenges. Woo!
Last time around, current score, by the way, is Petri 11, Casper 16. Last time around, you were challenged to Diablo.
And I can honestly say that I opened the PC Gaming wiki page for it, looked at it 3 times, couldn't be bothered, and haven't... then I went on vacation and haven't looked back either way. I did not want to play that.
I'm going to give you 1 point out of pity because you were overlapping with your vacation.
Yeah, and I also took some time out of my day just to look what's the best version to install and such, but I just couldn't be bothered.
All right. Star Wars Jedi Knight Academy.
Yeah.
Awkward. awkward stuff. I ended up watching all 3 of the original movies because I wanted some context, which took a fuckload of time, and I don't like normal movies. I was actually surprisingly into these ones, I have to admit. And then I played the game, like, well, fuck, this isn't very fun now, is it? I kind of, at first it's kind of fun, like the first few missions, but then it kind of loses its appeal for me quickly.
Okay.
Like a lot of the powers feel very weak, like I maxed out shooting lightning at people.
I mean, it's not meant to be very strong.
And that just kind of knocks them up a bit, and then they keep shooting at me, like, oh, that's rude.
I mean, you have watched 3 Star Wars movies at this point. You can obviously see that the Force isn't that strong at that point in the story, at least.
And I did say that I want to shoot people in the face. I did quickly learn that that's not the intended way to play.
Oh no, it's not the intended way to play, but you can.
You can do it. It's like 9 different guns, but hey, you got a little beam swordy, stabby. Do that. That works really fucking well, and that's kind of fun for a while. But holy shit, the mission structure is so fucking annoying. Like, you got levels of
you
massive
don't like
spaces.
running on the train?
That was okay. That's just go forward, and at one point there's like one door that's open. You have to find it, but that I can work with. But there's like one mission where you have to defuse bombs, and it's just massive fucking area.
Fair enough.
And the mission where I gave up.
Oh, you gave up?
Yes, I did. The mission where I gave up is a few hours in, and it's basically a reenactment of the start of the 3rd movie, where this Hutt crime lord has captured some people, and you have to go and free them, and you end up in his fight pit, dealing with his rancor, and like, oh wow, how original. They should make a movie about this.
Yeah, Star Wars isn't known for its originality.
No,
you better not watch the other 6 movies.
But what absolutely fucking broke me is that I took this tremendous fucking effort to kill this fucking rancor, and it immediately respawns.
Yes.
Like, the instant you kill it, it's back. And I have no idea where to go.
Just like you felt a little bit annoyed at this whole plot copying the movies, that's how I felt with movie 7, because movie 7 is just movie 4, or movie 1 in your case. It's just a New Hope all over again.
So what do you give me for the few hours I put into this?
I mean, we had a scoring system, right?
Yeah, beaten was 5, dropped is 3, unplayed is 0, but I gave you 1 out of pity.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 because you actually watched the movies for it.
That's sweet, that's basically completion.
Yeah. I'm a nice guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the old movies are the biggest drag to watch through now if you watch any newer Star Wars, so...
Yeah, but for the next one I'm gonna do you a solid.
I hope so.
Yeah. I want you to finish The World Ends With You.
Ah, Christ, I actually want to do a co-op run, but I'll do it alone. That'll be... Oh god, I need to play on my Switch. Ah, Christ. That'll be fine. Or I play on my iPad. I can play on my iPad too. Or my older tablet. I have it on everything except PC because it didn't come out on PC.
Got devices for days.
Hell yeah. Well, actually, I didn't even think about it. I just thought about, oh yeah, shit, I kind of need to give you a game, shouldn't I?
Shoot me, boy. What you got?
What I got? Oh, God, Christ.
Probably know something that I have that I probably haven't played yet.
Yeah, I could probably think of something. I'm trying to as I speak.
Give it some thought. You want to do touchy topic? Or?
Let's see. Yeah, sure. Let's do touchy topic in the meanwhile.
Yeah, while you run your brain.
Yeah.
Touchy topic of today is the most heinous crime an anime can commit. Absolutely deplorable, morally bankrupt, it's fanservice.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
How deplorable!
Ooh. It ruins anime everywhere it goes.
I mean, no, but yes.
Yes.
Yesn't. Depends how nitpicky you are. Nitpicky you are.
I do have to say that some people really can't tolerate fanservice. Yeah. I think we both watch a fair amount of ecchi.
I'm literally there for it. Mm-hmm. I just don't like it when it's forced in out of nowhere.
What makes it forced?
If there are female characters, they are never supposed to be ecchi in any way. And then out of nowhere, there's an episode they're on the beach and they're just posing with their swimsuits. Like, ooh, wouldn't you like this, Barry? And I'm just like, why? This was not something you were credited before this scene with these attributes, and now you just show
attributes.
Them. Yes. How perky of you. Nah. No, Brian has a bone to pick with this particular one because he reads a lot of reads a lot of light novels. And there's seldom any ecchi in that, because in ecchi in text form is just soft erotica at that point. And anytime an anime gets released of one of his shitty fantasy light novels, there's a copious amount of ecchi in it, and it annoys him. But I in my mind, I just kind of remind him, like, it's a shitty fantasy. It's going to have shitty fan service. You can't be angry about getting fan service in your shitty fantasy. It has nothing else to hook you with. It's just that you are so easily hooked by shitty fantasy. And I don't really mind fan service unless it's really forced.
I do have. I wouldn't say that forced, but there's just sometimes that I see how it's implemented, and I'm kind of like, I
like Fire Force implementation. It's just blatant, and it knows it.
Very blatant and kind of funny. That works.
Lucky Ledger in the middle of a fucking fight scene, and I'm just like, you know what? I respect you for this bullshit.
But to kind of draw it to something that we both watched, I kind of dislike how it looks in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, usually.
I mean, I don't even remember those scenes.
Because it's fucking Kokyo Shinja, top tier pervert.
I mean, I don't even remember most of it. It's mostly flirty stuff.
Yeah, but Lukoa is just so aggressively fucking well endowed. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, it happens. I'm not even paying attention to it.
And then you literally got little boy called Shota, which is very obvious.
Of course.
But also, like, you don't get anime fans sometimes, because there was this whole movement like, no, you can't loot Kana. Like, all the scenes of Kana with her friend from school are just very aggressively sexually tinted.
That and the fucking boycotting of Uzaki.
Kokyo Shinja is literally Usagi Drop You Mean, right?
No. Don't teach me Uzaki-chan or play with me Uzaki-chan. I'm not entirely sure. The grey-haired, very short girl with giant badongadongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just like, girl that small can't have tits that big. And what?
I mean, it does look shit. Don't watch it if you don't want to watch it. But
yeah, but why boycott it? Because there's a girl that's of legal age, by the way. She's 19, and she has big tits.
Oh, is the boycott if you were just not gonna watch it anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not about watching it. It was about a girl that small can't have big tits. Everyone and me and most of Reddit and most of other people I've seen include like, have you seen any small women? Are you just this much of an incel? What the fuck? Yeah. No,
yeah, but that's kind of the risk with Reddit outrage.
It's not even Reddit outrage. It was general Twitter outrage, actually.
Yeah, but kind of difficult to not conflate the size of the outrage.
Yeah, I mean, with Kobayashi, it's just, I don't even take it as fan service as much, because it's a difficult line to draw for me, because fan service is obviously something that's put in, and for a very obvious reason. With Kobayashi, I just feel like it's more of the quote-unquote plot, but it's just part of it, so I don't really mind it in Kobayashi. It's just that they use the most obvious stereotypes for making the jokes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, easy, low-hanging fruit, I suppose. But it's not forcefully put in there, I think.
Yeah, that is kind of more of an indication of what I dislike in fandom in general. One thing that's kind of happened since a friend pointed out to me is that I've really taken a dislike to poop shine trademark.
You mean blinkers?
Already when like characters are just aggressively well endowed, that's already kind of but I was playing kind of Gawajet Girls, and like every character is just so reflective, like they've just completely oiled themselves in.
I just like how you were saying, which way was it? did you play the game?
I played the game.
Yeah, you were like, I'm playing the game. Did you watch the anime then? Wait, there's an anime.
I did not know. I legitimately did not know.
I'm like, yeah, I think so. A few seasons
But also,
back.
if you take something like Momo Q Sword, which was also
God, yeah. I mean,
everything is bounced. It all looks super natural and forced. And well, there you have the word forced again.
Yeah,
but, like it looks super fake and like
for me,
the breasts are extra shiny compared to the skin. Like, what the fuck am I looking at here?
As I said to you a lot of times, I kind of drop an anime when the boobs have better animation budget and more personality than the characters that they're on. And Momo Q Sword is definitely one of those.
It's in the camp.
Yep. They're just woo! It goes everywhere, and then they have about the personality of a wet paper towel. So yeah, no, there's nothing interesting there. It's just like Samurai Girls and Samurai Bride. I've watched those on an anime marathon, and we're just like, yeah, this is just dumb. It's just dumb. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really do anything with it.
Scratch.
No scratch.
Like another thing that kind of bothers me with fan service these days isn't really fan service, but it's like Yuri baiting. Like a lot of anime will have.
I mean, you're literally one of the very few people who get offended by this.
No, not really. There's quite a community. I did not invent the term.
No.
The term came to me.
I'm not saying you invented the term, but I think you're a minority in this case.
I'm not offended per se, but like with Miss Vampire who lives in the neighborhood, for example, there's this constant hinting that characters are like attracted to each other, but there's nothing that ever happens, and it's always just kept in plausible deniability.
Oh yeah, but that's just
like just the general aesthetics of the anime, like the very young characters that are constantly having very sexually tinted dialogue, like I am detaching myself from the show here. This is pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean,
and that doesn't offend me. Like, not everything has to be actual Yuri, but when I see characters that little going at it.
I mean, Kana and whatever the fuck her name is literally this.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned in Miss Korea's Dragon Maid, like all the weird sexually tinted activities they get into. Like,
Yeah, but that's what you make out of it. I think that's still, if you just look at that lens where, I mean, it's obviously tinted to be that way, but it's just her being embarrassed in general.
Yeah, but keep in mind that Kokyo Shinja is actually a doujin artist who does a lot of lolicon stuff.
Oh,
so it's not like it's not.
Isn't that a bit fucking obvious?
Yes, that's the point. You say that's what it looks like to you, but yes, but there's the context to back that perception off.
I mean, yes, but that's also how you take it. I mean, I don't really care either way.
Mm-hmm.
I just watch, and I'm
I do think that fanservice has kind of aged funnily.
Oh,
like I can look back nostalgically on old fan service shows, old ecchi stuff, and like
I like that
this was delightful.
Almost got rid of one of the archetypes. You have the obvious ecchi archetype of the dude that just goes around and just gets in awkward situations. I mean, the awkward situations are still there, but usually the characters are now apologetic and don't actually want to get in the situation. And then you have the like mid-2000s, late 90s guys. And they're just actively looking for these situations, and it's just, wow, you're such a character. You're looking for ecchi situations. Woo. Yeah, I don't.
No, that's not even mid-2000s. There was also like earlier. If you look back on like DNA Squared.
Yeah, that's what I say. Early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah.
It's a lot that, I mean, Golden Boy is literally just that. And that's fine.
Oh god, Golden Boy was fucking delightful.
I mean, Golden Boy is fine because it just throws this giant wrench into it, which I really like.
It is such a good show.
Yeah. But coming back on topic for the game, have you played Gun?
I don't even have Gun.
Don't you have Gun?
No.
Oh, fuck, okay. There goes that plan. I thought you had Gun.
I know that almost everybody has Gun, but I have somehow purposefully avoided it.
I'll just go into my drive then. Where's my drive? There it is. Because I still somewhere have a list with your games on it.
Somewhere. Should probably have done that while we were rambling earlier.
Yeah, but I still have things open. You know what? You can play, because you're such a good Christian, Dante's Inferno.
All right, sweet.
I was just looking at your list and I had Dante's Inferno's on there. And I'm like, yeah, that'll line up with your morals.
Twice.
Yes, I presume PS3 and PSP. Okay.
All right, sweet.
So I have to play. I already forgot again.
The world ends with you.
The world ends with you, Twabby.
Don't trigger that brain damage too much. Don't poke it too often.
CTE, baby, CTE.
And I'll be playing Dante's Inferno. Well, my throat is giving out, so I guess it's just about time to end this.
Fair enough.
I need lunch.
I need lunch too.
God damn, why did we start recording at 11?
Get fucked.
It was delightful to have you here again. I'm really fond of the word delightful today, aren't I?
Yes.
It was fun having you here. We had joy.
We had joy and consumed entertainment.
Yes. Well, hope to see you again next time. And we're not doing the bonus episode today. God damn. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.